Hello everyone. No, I thought this background was so plain, so I needed some stage props, and I finally realised I had these magnetic little sunglasses here, and it's a little brighter than some of the recordings we've been doing lately. Anyway, let's get on with what today's about, and we can look each other eye to eye. And this video is a special video I'm doing to celebrate the 23rd of July. Now, the reason I'm doing that, as some of you may know, many of you mightn't know, that for tens of thousands of years in traditional history, the 23rd of July has been considered and known as the most powerful day of the year. Now, when I've done seminars in the past on the 23rd of July or put out videos on the nature of the 23rd of July, it's always got a huge response, out of, well, beyond what I normally get. And so this time I wanted to just not talk about it in a sense or do something on it, but I wanted to go into what the 23rd of July is about and how it influences basically the next 2 months from now till the 23rd of September and beyond, and why it's been considered traditionally to be the most powerful day of the year, and what can be achieved with the energies that flow from this day over the next 2 months that come. So let's just start off with the basics. Okay, now, what makes the 23rd of July different than maybe Christmas Day or Easter or whatever else is the fact, one, it's traditionally been considered a very, very powerful day for tens of thousands of years. You can find this in many obscure cultures, some of them not so obscure. So there's a certain tradition built up behind it, but that tradition was built on fact and built on the way in which energy actually enters and flows into the universe that we live in. Now, taking it back, what happens on the 23rd of July is just before sunrise. The star system Sirius rises just before the sun. And then the sun rises, and it's normally either just about to enter or just entered into Leo. So the sun is in Leo, considered very powerful. In fact, its energy comes through very gracefully, very fully energized, not in a sense shifted or colored by the energies of the other zodiac signs, because the sun is very comfortable in the sign of Leo. And behind that, you've got the energy of Sirius and the star system that it's a part of, which includes Sirius B, and there's another rather distant star called Sirius C in that system. Now, what people don't know, or some people do, but it's not well known, is that the star system Sirius marks the point where the energy from beyond time-space. Now, we're not talking about energy as we experience it in our world and in our universe, but the energy that gives birth to the energy that we experience in our reality, that energy enters into this universe at a location or a point marked by the star system Sirius. And although when we look at our solar system and then our galaxy and all the galaxies in this universe, it's not apparently obvious why that would be the origin point. It actually is. Now, this energy that enters into our universe then morphs, you might say, into the energy that we experience in our universe. Electromagnetic energy, radio waves, gamma waves, all the different, infrared light, ultraviolet light, all those different X-rays, all the different energies that science has described, all those energies come from an energy that emerges into this universe from beyond time-space, as we know it. And it enters in there and energizes our whole universe, including us, including you watching this video. So the source of all the energy that we experience and that we are, because matter is basically crystallized energy, comes from this area, this place. And on the 23rd of July, that energy, on the 23rd of July, according to our reckoning, that energy goes through a peak, a boost. It's like the universe is fed with a big dose of this new, fresh energy entering into our world. Now, the universe as we know it is originated as space that was then filled with energy. And out of that space, what crystallized out was time as we know it. And out of the energy, what crystallized out of it is matter as we know it. Now, I've been doing a very in-depth, fundamental series of recordings on human design for innovators and entrepreneurs with my friend and colleague, Darryl Reeves, and we're quite a long way into doing that complete training program, that complete series. And in going into the depths of human design and what's really behind it, we've discovered some really fresh, new, amazing insight. You know, we live in a universe made up of energy and matter and time and space. You know, when you look at Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, well, energy equals matter. C squared is the speed of light, and speed is distance over time. So basically that famous equation says this whole universe is made up of energy, matter, space and time, which it is. And out of energy crystallizes matter, and we have these elements of matter. Any of you who've studied chemistry or physics and that would know of the periodic table with the elements of matter, you know, carbon, oxygen, silicon, hydrogen, helium, uranium, all those different elements that make up the elements of matter. Well, what we've discovered in looking at human design in depth is the Chinese a long time ago were looking more at space, the ambience, the space of something that's created, and out of that was distilled time. Time crystallized out of that. And there are 64 elements of time, like there are elements of matter, that the Chinese mapped, you could say, and they called it the I Ching. So here you have all this energy, fresh energy, entering our universe and entering your life at the time of the 23rd of July each year. And it floods this whole universe and your life with new, fresh energy, which can then download, you might say, or downstep into energy, which affects matter, refreshes the things that matter in your life and your body and the matter in the universe. And you have this space being flooded with this new energy and being able to, in a sense, refresh time and work with the elements of time. And so what it means is that this is a time where there's a lot of energy available to put into the things that really matter, and a lot of space for you to create a new relationship with time. Now, bringing that down to business and your practical life, what that means is the 23rd of July marks a time where Sirius comes above the horizon just before sunrise. Now, where the horizon is a very powerful place for receiving energy from the outside. In your astrology chart, it's called your rising sign. So the energies of Sirius are really strong. It's a time where there's a refreshment of the energy of our universe and your life. And then the sun comes up in Leo where it's really strong. So Sirius and the sun synchronize, they're conjunct, they're working together. And the overall effect is a huge burst of energy that sweeps through this world. Not energy like an atomic bomb going off that's going to devastate things, but energy that's available. And you'll notice if you live in the northern hemisphere, this is called the dog days of summer. Sirius being in the past called the dog star. And that those days of summer tend to be the hottest. And it's not just the heat. It's the energy available that people pick up on. Now, with all the climate change that's going on and all the weather that's been going on in India and things happening in Japan and China and Europe and California, the heat waves there and all over the United States, well, that energy is shifting around because everything's moving, everything's shifting at the moment. There is massive change happening all over the world energetically. This is the year of remembering. And the reason I'm going into this is because it's a great time to remember that from July the 23rd for 55 days to the 15th of September, that energy is not only flooding in, but it's highly available. And it's very receptive to being absorbed and used in your life. Now, we'll go into how in a minute. There's a big burst of energy available for cleaning things up in your life, for setting things in motion in your life, for restructuring, which is an incredibly important thing in time, for all of us at the moment, restructuring our lives to really be ready for the future that we're bringing in now. So there's all this energy available to the 15th of September to work with, 55 days worth of energy. And then there's a bit of a pause, and there's another peak, the second most powerful day of the year, on the 23rd of September, which also happens to be the equinox, which is a peak as well. And this year happens to coincide within a few days with Pluto going stationary. So that 23rd of September is going to be a really powerful time. The 23rd of July is not only the most powerful day of the year, but it's very close to when Uranus goes stationary. So here you've got a big surge in energy. Uranus, innovation, change, working towards the future. It's in Aries, so what do you really want for your future? What do you want to do in terms of innovating in your life? Bringing about positive change, bringing more consciousness into your life, a big surge, and then all this energy is available at the same time. This fresh energy that comes through around the 23rd and on the 23rd of July every year. And then you've got basically close to 2 months to work with this energy. Saturn goes stationary at the beginning of August, early August. So there's the energy to crystallize it into your life and then work it in, like knead it in, like kneading bread, or build it into your life. Implement it up until the 15th of September. Take a little break and then clear out whatever. Pluto and the second most powerful day of the year and the equinox, clear out whatever you don't need. Be done with it. Move on and give birth, give life to the things that truly you genuinely want to bring about in your life, now and in the future. Pluto is about the death of things leading to the rebirth of things in a regenerated form filled with new life. It's about transmuting, transforming and transcending. It's about really moving on. Like the old card in the tarot, they talk about death and everyone goes, oh, I don't want to get that. The death card is about dying to the past and turning to and embracing the future. It's one of the most positive cards you can get, particularly if you have a vision or a dream for what it is you truly want to bring in for the future. So this is, here we are in the year of remembering, where we're remembering that we're not alone. We don't have to physically all do it ourselves. You know, life and the universe are providing with tons of energy to tap into, you know, to help bring new ideas to the surface of your mind and your consciousness, to help you see more clearly, to clear out things that are no longer relevant, to heal yourself, to empower yourself, to love other people, you know, to come up with bright ideas. I mean, what I love about Asia is there's so many dreamers and innovators here. You don't see them much, but if you ever watch Japanese TV, they make a big deal out of these people. We should do that in Australia and America and Europe, you know, make a big deal out of our innovators. And, you know, 70% of what I watch on NHK TV is all about great artisans, great visionaries, great dreamers, people doing things to help other people. You know, this is what this energy is for. This is who it feeds, people who have that passion. And if you're watching me, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at all interested in looking at what I talk about. You know, you have your gift, you have your magic, you have something, even if it's just helping one person in your life, even if that person is you. That is going to make a massive difference at this time in history and make a huge contribution to the future. So this energy is available now to really tap into and work with. You know, yes, it's there traditionally to clean out things, you know, purify. But that just means get rid of stuff you don't need any longer. That's basically what that means. And then really get involved with things that can really help you and others, that can bring, you know, more magic, more fun, more joy, more creativity, more contribution, more vision, you know, more dignity to your life and the life of those around you. That energy is really strong now. And in the year of remembering, it's about remembering that you have that energy available to you. And in these 4 months from July to October, this is about setting in motion the future, making the choices, as I've said in other videos, making the choices that will bring you the future that you truly would want if you knew how amazing it was going to be, you know, because the future is going to be different. It's definitely going to be new. But how new and how brilliant that can be is up to us. It'll be new. But, you know, how good do we really want it to be? Those choices we're making now. And so in this year of remembering, when that energy of July 23rd is made available, you know, take advantage of it. You know, really, in my heart, even in this video, I want to take advantage of that. I'd love to take advantage of that. And we're launching a lot of new programs in the next couple of months, you know, based on, you know, work we've done for a long time, but now's the time to get out there. We're no longer practicing. We're here to make a difference. If you're watching this, you definitely are. Whether you think so or not, you matter. You make a difference. So please take advantage of the energy of this time. It's going to be extraordinary. Next year is the year of co-creation, and that energy again will be available for us to work together. But if we don't remember who we really are, if we don't really grasp and grok what we're capable of, you know, if we don't know that we matter, then it's time to remember that. Because if we don't, how can we work together next year and in the years ahead? So, hope that's been a lot of help and that it inspires you. And I'll now withdraw and let you consider what I've just shared. And I look forward to talking to you again in another one of these videos the next time we do one. And keep your eyes open for the new course on human design for innovators and entrepreneurs. It's going to be extraordinary. I mean, we're well into it at the moment, and it's very, very exciting stuff. So I'm going to withdraw into my shades, if I can get them to sit on. Yep. And say goodbye to everyone, and have a wonderful July 23rd and the next couple of months following up from that. Have a great time, take advantage, make a real difference. Talk to you soon.